Let's just get into it right now. Are we already recording?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Arian, welcome. Big T was doing a hot girl walk photo shoot with us earlier today. It was lovely. I think I might see you on my hot girl walk today, Big T.
Yeah, I saw Colleen, who was taking the pictures. I saw her on my walk yesterday.
I might go on one tonight.
You're gonna do a hot girl walk?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna do maybe a hot girl jog / walk today, because my ribs are finally starting to get healed from Billy throwing a football into them. So I think I can now breathe hard.
I blame Nike
with relative comfort and ease. So probably maybe do some of that.
When Teddy Roosevelt developed the forward pass, he never thought we'd be using the balls we are today. They just had old leather pigskin balls that were soft.
Yeah.
They never thought they'd have such a weapon like the Nike Vapor.
They could never have envisioned the technology.
Yeah, so
making it easier for balls to do damage than it was back when they had balls. Back in Teddy Roosevelt's day, it took 30 minutes to get a new football and then throw that second pass. Now, with all the jugs machines and things like that, you can fire off 15, 20 footballs a minute. The founding fathers could have never envisioned something like that.
Yeah, I mean, should we ban the forward pass because too many people are getting hurt? Think about how many people have gotten hurt because of the forward pass.
Yeah.
Is it more dangerous than football was back then?
I think it is.
Is your hair tucked in your shirt?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just put a shirt on. It's a possibility.
It
is tucked in a little bit.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was just looking really weird on this angle.
There we go.
You're going to be one cool-ass old guy. I'll tell you that.
Why is that?
I don't know. I could just envision it. You're going to be like 70. It's going to be cool as fuck.
He's just going to be a hippie.
Exactly. They're cool as shit.
Yeah, old hippies are cool. They're very cool.
Are you gonna like try to be like low-key hermit vibes?
What do you mean?
Like give off some Gandalf type wizard stuff?
Like, are you asking if I'm not going to have any friends when I'm older?
No.
I think I'm going to have friends.
Like, what's going to be your old guy aesthetic?
I'm good at making friends. I think my old guy aesthetic is very similar to my current guy aesthetic.
Okay.
I feel like this plays as an old guy.
Yeah.
The hat, the hair, the tie-dye shirt, the shorts. That plays as an old dude.
Yeah.
And you're going to care less, too. You're going to care less. As you age, your apathy grows, and it's amazing.
Yeah. It's kind of a nice treat that you get as you get older. There's fewer things that bother you. When you're young, it's like everything bothers you. That's why kids are like all at the protests and riots and stuff. And you get old and it's just like, there's good TV on. You just sit.
That's what my mom used to say. She's like, my give a shit is broke.
Yep. Big T, congratulations on the University of Tennessee.
It's a big win.
Going down to Baton Rouge. That was huge.
Just walked in their house, made a sandwich, left a mess on the counter, sat down on the couch, said we'll leave when we're good and ready.
You were the cat in the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. You were favored by 3 points, right?
Mm-hmm. Won by 23.
It was an ass kicking too.
Or 27, 40-13.
It was a butt.
It wasn't that close either. We kicked 5 field goals, missed one of them.
The game was never in question from the very first play of the game, basically.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the allegations that Josh Heupel's using electro beams to cause turnovers?
I think if he is and isn't getting caught, then we should keep doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, then great. That's good too.
Is that the Jewish space lasers?
No. The LSU fans were saying that they might have some sort of electromagnetic beam, like Havana syndrome.
Yeah.
That they hit.
They fumbled the opening
back.
kickoff right in front of our bench, and they said we sent out some sort of EMP that disrupted the guy's brain wiring and made him fumble the ball.
I like that.
I did some deeper digging, and turns out the University of Tennessee has been getting major funding from the Department of Defense, and just something to look into. But I just think it's hilarious that they've gone to those lengths to justify their loss.
Yeah, that's the beauty of college message boards. It's ground zero for some of the best, freshest takes out there.
Biggest game in 24 years, maybe this week.
Who do you got?
Bama.
Oh, this is Bama week?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we got to get ready.
Wow.
This is Bama week, guys.
It's Bama week.
We're
Big
all
T,
involved.
give me a we want Bama.
Listen,
They
we
got
play
Bama.
who's in front of us.
Do you want Bama?
They're the next game. Yeah.
Say it.
I don't listen. We play the teams we
I
play.
don't think you want him.
There's no wanting them or not wanting them. We play them every year. We are playing them this week. I want to win the game.
I'm asking you, do you want Bama?
Yes.
Actually, we should
Say it then.
I want Bama. That doesn't mean anything.
Billy, you're ruining it. Say it.
That doesn't mean anything. It's dumb.
Bama isn't Bama. That's way too much respect to Bama. Does Bama want Tennessee?
Exactly. They're coming to the number 6 ranked team in the country on the road. Like that. Yeah, there's no wanting Bama. We play them every year.
But you also want to play them.
I want to beat them.
You want to play them. You want Bama.
We do play them. I want to beat them.
You want Bama.
Sure.
Say it. I want Bama.
I already said
Yo,
it.
Big T you sound scared, dog.
Don't be
No,
scared.
it's the exact opposite.
You sound scared, bro.
No, this is
can we put a poll out there?
Your terminology is stupid.
Madeline, can we put a
you
poll
sound
on the
No.
Macrodosing Twitter
You be
account?
talking shit against every fucking squad.
Does-
I just said they are coming
I would love
on the
if- I would
road
love
to the
if we had
number
more
6
points
team
than
in the
they did At
country.
the end of the game, I would love if at the end of the game we had more points than that they had.
No. First of all, far be it from you to be lecturing me about Tennessee football. Secondly, I just said they're coming on the road.
Wait.
Time out. I ain't gonna let you get away with that one, cousin. Time out.
No.
Time out.
I think
I played there, dude. I played there.
It's a long time ago.
Stop that shit, man. Stop that shit, man. What are you talking?
I'm glad.
Stop it.
Are you gonna?
Stop
Did you
it.
watch the game
Stop
Saturday?
it.
Did you watch?
Don't let these message boards. No, I didn't. Don't let these message boards get in your fucking head, Big T.
Big T just unironically pulled the I pay your salary. Oh wait, no, you weren't even. No, we didn't even pay your salary.
Far be it from me to let you lecture me about Tennessee football. Boy, you got some nerve.
You just said you didn't watch the game Saturday. Are you gonna watch this week?
The fuck that got to do with you sounding soft because you scared of Bama, cousin?
I don't know how more clearly I could make it. I said I went further than he did.
How about we'll let the Macrodosians decide? Somebody clip all the Big T shit talking against other teams and then clip what he just said and watch the juxtaposition.
Yeah. Let's let people on the internet decide. That's who knows.
I'm with Big T on this one. Bama wants Tennessee.
They are the next game.
Bama wants
we
Tennessee.
play every game
Billy,
with the same
that's
intensity.
Billy, you are
They're not
insane.
the- no.
Alabama
Listen.
has whooped the dog shit out of Tennessee for how many years in a row?
Big T.
2006 was the last one.
Yeah, 2006. So
15, 16.
Guess who has the game-winning touchdown against the last time the Tennessee Volunteers beat the Alabama
I mean,
Crimson Tide?
when the
I want you to
touchdowns are
guess.
scored
I
is
want you to
really
guess. I want you to
really
guess,
irrelevant
family.
to the
I want you
outcome
guess.
of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Look
exactly.
it up. Look, I want somebody to look it up and tell me who it is.
Look that shit up.
I don't know who it could be.
Look that shit up.
No, it's
probably
a different
Montario
college football
Hardesty.
landscape.
Far,
It ain't.
far be it
I'll
from
give you
you,
a hint.
Arian
It ain't him.
Foster, to lecture Big T on how to beat Alabama.
Oh, fuck.
It's probably Eric Ainge.
Tennessee wants Georgia. But Bama wants Tennessee. New landscape.
You don't.
If I can direct you guys to the screen.
Yeah.
Trailing for 56 plus minutes, Vols upend Bama on the late Foster touchdown. Arian Foster dove into the end zone with 3:28 left, completing a rally that gave number 7 Tennessee a 16-13 victory.
34 yards on 11 carries, though.
Hey, I can't dictate how much time the motherfuckers gave me the ball, but when they did, I did something with it. You
He's
smell me?
efficient.
I also think that it's interesting that when you took the lead, Big T, you like this. The time left on the clock was 3:28. I just think that's interesting.
No, that's cute. Yeah, that's good.
You'll appreciate that.
That's good.
That's nuts.
That is
Ooh,
wild, isn't it?
Is that the Atlanta shit?
Yeah.
Atlanta, New England.
That shit's that legitimately does not faze me at all anymore because it's such an overused joke that I don't care anymore.
It did happen though.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah.
But to wrap this whole conversation, I
Never
want to
played. Fuck out of here.
played in high school. It's only one level below. I mean, if you really think about it. Anyway,
I've thought about it.
Anyway, Tennessee has a really good chance to beat Alabama. I hope they do it. Yes, I want to play them more this year than in years past. Mm-hmm. We're a really fucking good football team. I think we can beat them.
Am I bugging or has his demeanor changed? This
is what I said the whole time, dude. But I just think the whole we want Bama shit is a dumb, it's just stupid. It doesn't make any sense.
I just want to hear you say
sound a little hesitant.
No, you weren't listening.
I was listening. I listened to you spout about Tennessee this entire podcast.
Like
the history of this entire podcast.
What do you want me to say? Do you want me to say like Tennessee's going to beat the living shit out of Alabama, and then when we don't
said about Florida,
because we were infinitely better than Florida. We are not infinitely better than Alabama.
So you concede the point that you're scared.
No, see, no. This is, I mean, if this is not democratic politics in a nutshell, Alabama is a very good football team.
This is Republican politics.
No.
You're lying.
No.
You're lying. Yes,
How?
you are.
Why? How?
Because I said you sound scared. I said your demeanor is definitely different than the rest of that I've ever heard you talk about Tennessee football.
Those two things are not the same. It's different because Alabama is really good.
Can't reason with unreasonable people. I feel you. You're right, Big T.
Both of these teams are very good. Florida was not good. That is why I was very confident that we were going to beat them handily, which we should have, and then gave it back at the end. Alabama's we can win the game. We have a very good chance. They're also very good and they're favored.
Okay.
What are you hearing different than what I'm saying?
You cannot reason with unreasonable people.
I'm perfectly reasonable.
I've chosen to walk away from this.
I guess you're extrapolating that me saying Alabama's really good is like scared, which it's just not. So as long as you refuse to concede that those two things can be different, then I guess we just can't have a conversation. But
yep.
Answer one final question. Complete this sentence. I want
Bama.
There we go. Okay. Big T wants Bama officially. I still don't necessarily believe that he wants Bama. So that's what I'm saying.
Dude, I opened this by saying this is the biggest Tennessee football game in a quarter of a century.
Yeah. We'll put a poll out.
You just said it's just the next team we play.
Well, that was in response to saying, like, do you want Bama? Like, it doesn't matter if you play them every year, whether you want to or not.
Bet. I don't know what else to say.
I'm very excited for the game. I am. I want Bama.
I'm gonna watch this one.
Speaking on behalf of Vol Nation, we want Bama. I'll say it with my chest. I want Bama.
There you go.
I bought a cigar. Big T, do you want a cigar?
Yeah, I think I do have to have one ready for Saturday.
Yeah, you should. I'll get you a cigar. I'll get.
But
you
it feels like kind of bad juju, but also like you have to be prepared.
You have to have one, right?
This is the first year I need to have one on the ready.
So what's the tradition?
Which is not what someone who was scared would say.
What's the
have one on the ready?
What's the tradition that's behind that?
Scared would say.
What?
Yes.
What would you say differently than that? Than to have one ready?
Light this
Tennessee
bitch
wins?
up at the end of the day. At the end of the game, this shit's getting lit.
Sure.
You see the difference? You feel the difference? I see Big T yelling at 100, 300, 400 college kids, screaming at them, talking about what's gonna beat the shit out of Florida. And when Bama come to town, just in case we have more points at the end of the game than they do, I will have a cigar.
I don't see how you don't see that those things are different.
Have my pinky up, and I will have my Bic lighter.
It's shocking to me. I didn't think you were this intentionally dishonest.
Shut up.
Okay, we'll figure it out. We'll further this discussion on Wednesday and get to the bottom. This is like cereal. We're gonna do our own cereal, except it's just trying to figure out whether or not Big T wants Bama. Still up in the air.
I don't give a fiddler's fuck what you or your little minions decide.
I do have minions. Yeah. I've got minions. I'll give you that.
Yeah, when I give a shit what your little crew on Twitter thinks, I'll let you know.
Okay. Billy, how was your weekend?
It was good. Solid weekend.
Shot a bunch of birds.
Oh, that was Thursday, Friday. It's fun. It's
Why did you shoot birds?
I went pheasant hunting.
Talking shit.
Yeah, I went I went pheasant hunting. It's honestly
pulled up on the flock.
Experience. Yeah, pulled up on the flock. Pop. No, but videos coming out. Barstool Outdoors, Sydney Wells. Shout out to the guys at Markover Game Preserve. Awesome time. It's gonna be an awesome video.
Very cool.
I'll leave it at that. A lot of birds were shot. A drone was almost shot, but no people were shot.
You didn't
Shout
Dick
out
Cheney
Dick
anybody?
Yeah. So good stuff.
Arian, how was your weekend?
How was my weekend? I think it was good.
All right.
It was just regular. I did a lot of sleeping. I really chilled like a month. I chilled in the bed, man. Played a lot of Valorant. I did not get to Diamond. Bro, I was one game from Diamond. We was up 12-5, and I was on one game from being Diamond, and we smoked it.
Sorry to hear that.
It.
So how
now
close
I'm all
are
the way
you now?
back, like I'm not probably like 5 games back now. 4. I say 4 games. 4
Okay.
solid games. And I had 22 kills that game, so it wasn't my fault, man. My squad was fucking up.
All right. Well,
Fuck.
best of luck to you on that. Are you going to get there by
Shout out.
Wednesday?
We're gonna get there by Wednesday. Shout out to Swerve. He's a Macrodosian. Shout out to Swerve.
All right.
He's my guy I play on there with.
Mad Dog, how are you?
I was good until yesterday.
What happened? The Browns?
Yeah.
It's tough.
I was talking to another Browns fan in the office, Zoopy, and I think I got to give up.
Just give up on the Browns?
Not the Browns.
You can't give up on the Browns.
But this season.
This is minor stuff compared to what Browns fans have been through.
I know, but it's hard.
What happened?
We lost yesterday in like a very winnable game in a very unfun fashion. The thing I've decided is, this season wasn't supposed to be our season anyway.
Yep.
And if I keep going at this trajectory, I'm gonna do I can't live like this. So
I'm gonna do drugs.
no, but it's just so sad that every single game we're 2-3 now, and all 5 games have been winnable, and then we just lose it. But I'm also out on Cade York. I was so in on Cade York. I'm so out now. That and at least the Guardians are good.
Yeah, that's nice. You got a team in the playoffs right now.
Yeah. So at least I have the Guardians. But the Browns just ruined my Sunday.
It was sad, yeah.
But also, condolences to you as well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
He managed to throw 3 interceptions and only have one of them picked off in the last 3 plays. It was incredible. Incredible end of the game stuff from my boy Carson. I don't really care. I'm numb right now.
I think I've just got to go numb.
I'm numb.
When's Watson coming back? Soon, right?
Week 13.
Yeah.
Oh, week 13. Why
He
did
just
I think it was
started
week 6? That was
today.
the
He's
original one?
allowed to go back to the facility.
Oh, really?
And be in meetings.
Uh-oh.
But
Put the tarp down.
He's not allowed in the training room.
No.
well, I think there's stipulations with that. I don't know what they are, but
he has to have all of his massage work done, I think, by men, and also
don't they have to be
team
assigned to him?
team certified men.
He's only allowed to go to the Russian baths where just a gigantic fat Russian dude beats you with a towel.
Yeah, beats you with one of those branches, one of those scratchy branches. It's not a good sign. It's just not a good sign if your team writes in your contract that only men are allowed to give you massages.
Oh, you weren't joking. That's a real thing.
I think it is. Yeah.
One of my really
Go ahead, Billy. Billy, it's your time to shine. Give us a Russian massage Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I'll be Deshaun. You be the Russian guy. Okay.
Okay.
Hey,
Lay
can you?
down.
My
Lay
hamstring
down.
hurts.
No, don't talk. Lay down.
Okay, towel off.
No. We're doing a Russian massage.
Okay.
Lay down.
All right, towel off.
Don't move.
Okay, on my back.
Here we go.
All right.
That's good. Too hard. Too good.
All right, that was good, Billy. That was a good
Yeah.
impression.
but one of my really good family friends is on that kind of team on the Browns, so I hope he doesn't get subjected to that.
Yeah.
Hope he doesn't fall victim.
So yeah, he's back. What else happened this weekend? Oh yeah, we blew up that bridge in Russia, or somebody blew up that bridge in Russia.
I actually was talking with Chaps. I wanted to get him to get it because shit's popping off.
So the Kirks Bridge is the bridge that connects Russia with Crimea.
Yeah.
And it's probably the most, you could make the argument it's the most important bridge in the world. And for all you new people talking about the Kirks Bridge, I'm kind of a Kirks Bridge hipster. I've been knowing about the Kirks Bridge because one of the YouTube pages that I like to watch for flight simulation stuff, they've been trying to figure out ways to subvert the Russian surface-to-air missile threat and destroy the Kirks Bridge. It's probably the most protected bridge in the entire world. Like it's
Okay, give me a rundown because I have no clue what the Kirks Bridge is.
Okay, the Kirks Bridge is this massive bridge. It connects Russia to the Crimean Peninsula. So the Crimean Peninsula is what Russia took over back in 2014 during the Olympics. You remember when Putin had like all the world's journalists in Sochi, and then he just, while they were all basically held hostage in his own country, he then took over Crimea from Ukraine. So the Crimean Peninsula is now controlled by Russia, but the only way that they have to resupply it and stock it with things like fuel, ammunition, any sort of supplies, food, building materials, you name it, the only way that they have to resupply it is this one bridge that goes across the Black Sea into Russia. Without that, they have no way to reach that piece of land. And Crimea has all sorts of like shipping ports and things like that are very important to Russia in terms of their commerce and their ability to fund their own war machine. So this bridge is actually a big deal. There was an explosion on it.
Yeah, I just sent the video. So the thing is, I got caught up with Nord Stream. We don't know who, like, Russia could be doing this to justify further action in Ukraine. We don't know. Like, we don't know if this was, like, sneaky the U.S. Like, now Russia's bombing Kiev. Like,
what would be U.S.'s incentive to bomb a Russian bridge but not take responsibility for it?
Because we're not directly involved in the conflict, and it would help Ukrainian forces by cutting off Russian support.
So it would help Ukraine.
Yeah, but the thing is, they only blew up half the bridge. I'm looking at it. It's like it's like when only the southbound side of a highway is closed.
Yeah.
So they still can use it. Like, so it's almost like if you wanted to make a scene but not actually do as much damage that would hurt you, but be like, oh look, we just got punched in the face, like, and justify further action. Now there's tons of missile strikes in Kiev in residential areas. Like there's some wild videos of like Ukrainians on like TikTok live that were just like walking around, just doing their thing, just being young people, like every young person should be entitled to, and just a missile just hits right behind them, and they're like, oh my god. Yeah, like, it's wild stuff. But
so it doesn't. I've heard some people say that the explosion on this bridge could be a false flag. I think Chaps brought that up yesterday, but I also think, I don't know if it would be a false flag because it is like utterly crippling to their ability to do anything.
But they only blew up one side of the bridge,
so they can still use the bridge.
Yeah. So if you look at the pictures I sent it to you, there's one half, which would make sense if it was a false flag, because then they can still use half the bridge. The damaged area is only on one side of the bridge, and it's the bridge. It's the area going into Crimea. Or wait, let me see. Yeah, I don't know. There's so much swirling stuff. Like Zelensky is a war criminal was trending on Twitter, which is just obvious Russian bots this morning, and it's the only thing disguising from all the blasts that the missiles that hit Ukraine. There's just so much misinformation, and I'd like to apologize real quick. I got a little mixed up in that when talking about Nord Stream. But
Nordstrom Rack.
Yeah. Great shoes, terrible oil. But it's wild. I mean, it's a lot of history rolling out in real time.
Damn, that explosion is awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
that bridge explosion is awesome. Everybody should watch it.
Well, you're watching people die.
Am I? I don't see anybody that's on the place where the bridge explodes.
Well, the trucks, they think.
Oh, that's the truck? Okay.
Yeah. But the thing is, if you watch the truck, and Chaps was explaining to me, the explosion went downward so that the truck wouldn't explode until there's a secondary explosion upward because of the rebound effect. It's just like the explosion went down. That's why the truck's still there, but the truck could have been holding the explosives.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
It's wild stuff.
If Putin drops a tactical nuke, low-key, I might be working remote for a while.
Okay.
Is that chill?
Permission to work remotely granted.
Thank you. I'm just
in the event of nuclear war.
I'm gonna go like that's, but like I'm gonna get out of Dodge a little. Like my like anxiety level on that's probably a little higher.
Billy is he's doing an all-time Billy move here, where the world is on the brink of nuclear catastrophe, and Billy is thinking about how he can use it to miss work.
No, I got to go tend to some things, help
Like low-key-
stock up some stuff,
What are you talking about?
I got a place.
Okay.
You have a nuclear bunker?
Not a
Are we
nuclear
allowed
bunker.
to come?
About to say, bro, I'm gonna come with you. Okay. Well, actually, no. I'm probably safer in Houston.
Yeah, well then no, Bill, you can't miss work unless you allow us to go to your nuclear
No,
shelter.
but I have I got the invite. I can't bring more. It's
You
like
got a
when-
Billy's List guy feeding you a nuclear bunker, bro. Is that what this is?
No, I just
you got a bunker guy?
He got a bunker guy. That's exactly what this is.
I got a guy.
Are you talking about your farm?
No, it's
With the
deeper.
barn on
That's
it?
in the blast radius. So we gotta get deeper. So but
How deep is the blast radius? Because I was thinking about building a nuclear bunker.
bunker. So originally there was a place in northwest Massachusetts. It's called the it's a museum that a bunch of rich people put all their art, because at that time it was out of the blast radius of New York and Boston. It's called the Clark Museum.
Okay.
It's right by a really great D3 college football team. And so they put all their art there, but now the blast radius are big enough that all that art isn't even safe anymore. So realistically, you'd have to probably get Great Lakes area, probably would be the best place because there's huge freshwater sources. So
What about depth? How deep do you have to go to be safe from a nuclear bomb?
Well, in that point, I think a valley would be the best. I read this book when I was little called Z for Zachariah, and it was basically a story about if nuclear war broke out and surviving it. And a valley that wouldn't get all the nuclear winds, it would sort of cover you. So the side of a mountainside of a valley would be a perfect place. And you don't even have to build an actual bunker if you're outside the blast radius, just a self-sufficient abode. It would be tricky to maintain solar panels. Wind energy would probably be the best.
Like a basement is straight.
Well, so actually, in the New York just released a nuclear survival video. I blogged it a couple weeks ago, and basically, so if a nuclear bomb hit, you're just supposed to stay inside if you're within the blast radius, because all the nuclear material is outside. If you start moving, you're going to get in contact with it. So you're just supposed to stay in place.
And that's when you take the plastic and the duct tape and you seal up windows, doors, things like that. Make sure you can still breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, basically, if there's a nuclear blast in New York, we're probably dead.
Yes.
Probably definitely dead.
Maybe y'all I'm built different.
So my plan is if one goes off, tactical nuke, that's probably going to give me enough time before it really escalates to just get the hell out of here.
Mine is to kidnap Billy and then make him take me to his bunker.
I love that plan.
Yeah, I'll let you guys come too.
No, but I can't bring
I'm not
plus
coming.
ones. I'll get disinvited if I bring too many plus ones.
I have a house on the Lake Erie. We have a water source there.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Okay, now we've got multiple options. Fuck you, Billy.
And
I-
we've
Go to
been in
the
Ohio,
Midwest.
so we could. I don't know if we can survive if a nuclear bomb went off in New York. I don't know if Cleveland would survive, but we have a better chance than if.
Well, Chicago, if they hit Chicago, Cleveland would be bad.
I think Cleveland is like right in the middle, right? I
Yeah,
think
it's in the middle
Cleveland's
of both.
I don't think anybody would nuke Cleveland.
I don't know. No.
Does anybody have that kind of beef with Cleveland?
They'd look at it on a satellite and be like, it's already been hit.
Are they like,
That's rude.
is Cleveland too mid to get nuked?
He already got that one.
That's rude.
Big T dropping bombs.
Oh.
I love
No,
it.
I think
Honestly, like, the term Midwest is very disrespectful.
mid. But we could go. My mom would make us food and stuff.
Okay. Does she know that she signed up for this?
She wouldn't mind.
All right, Mrs. Dog.
She always asks if I can have friends come.
Yeah, there you go. In the event of a nuclear war.
Out of nuclear war. Babe, I'm bringing friends.
I'm down. I'm down to go to move to Cleveland if this whole place gets blown up and leave Billy in the dust.
No, I
I'll
want
pull
to be
my
in my
weight.
spot.
I'll hunt. I can hunt things. Are there things in Cleveland to hunt?
There's fish.
A lot of deer.
There's
I'll do the deer. I ain't
walleyes
fucking with fish.
in Lake
Yeah.
Erie.
Walleye,
Really,
perch,
really big, heavy walleyes.
a lot of
They
perch.
might have some weights in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of perch, a lot of walleye, a lot of deer. I have a hunting dog. We can train him.
Oh, honestly, hunting dogs I'm fascinating with. The bird dogs, after you'll see on Sydney Wells Partial Outdoors, it's gonna be sick. But I'm saving my takes for then.
Okay.
But yeah, honestly, Great Lakes region is probably the best place in the world to go.
Hey, maybe Cleveland is good for something.
Yeah, maybe I'm also heading somewhere.
I'm looking at a map right now. Cleveland is pretty much straight up right in the middle of New York and Chicago.
Yeah.
It's like equidistant from both those.
Yeah.
So I think we're good there.
Let's see where would. But
If there's a big bomb like a thermonuclear, like a hydrogen bomb,
Tsar bomb.
if that goes off in downtown New York, I think Philly's dead.
Yeah.
I think Baltimore might feel some effects. Washington probably would get some radiation depending on
Well, Washington's
which
probably
way the wind
getting
was
hit,
blowing.
too.
Washington's getting hit if
Yeah.
New York's getting hit.
That's true. But
Yeah.
not Cleveland, not little old Cleveland. The little city that could. Cleveland, that's all Cleveland needs. Like, and Detroit, the Rust Belt, what they need to make a big comeback is just a nuclear war. Then they're perfectly
It's
positioned.
that simple.
It is.
Okay, hold on.
But by the way, for everyone
I'm
who
looking at a nuke's blast radius, 1,000 kiloton nuclear blast might produce third-degree burns up to 5 miles away, second-degree burns up to 6 miles away, first-degree burns up to 7 miles away, and then there's additional radiation.
but you're also forgetting
How far is Philly,
From
New York?
like 2 hours.
100 miles, maybe.
How is Philly gonna get hit? I don't know shit about nukes. This is just what ASAP Science said on a quick Google search.
If
I don't know
it's-
how.
If it's one of the big bombs, then Philly could get affected by
Yeah,
it from here.
those are like World War II Hiroshima.
So did you
little-
say you
little
say
boy,
15
fat
kiloton? Oh wait, you're
I think
muted.
he said 100.
Oh my bad. I said 1,000 kiloton nuclear blast.
Okay.
So, by the way, for everyone, we're trying not to panic everyone. I kind of think the U.S. government has an Iron Dome scenario that's manned by a bunch of UFO drones that we are seeing and we think they're UFOs, but I think they're actually the United States' anti-nuclear war like protection system. So that's like they move in ways that we can't comprehend because they can intercept.
Okay, tax dollars. Let's get it.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of hoping that these UFOs that everyone's spotting is, because it's basically it's our Iron Dome that's protecting all the U.S. from
Right, not
nuclear
fellow
attack.
Americans. We have a hunch.
Yeah, and that's what I'm banking on. But that's kind of what I think about.
I think we definitely have missile defense systems against ICBMs,
And we know that.
but those defense systems that we have are not. I wouldn't put my life on the line that those would work.
Right, but what if we had these little drones that, and if you see drones, the drone technology we have, the military had 20 years ago. So
Right.
think about how far they've gone since then. Like all those UFOs that move at ways we can't even comprehend, and pilots are like, what are those? Like, those might be our missile, like a ballistic intercontinental missile defense system.
I hope so, because some of the missiles that Russia have, they go like 10 times the speed of sound.
Right. So if
not faster.
if we have a protection system that moves in ways that us civilians can't even comprehend, that's what I'm banking on.
You know, well, here's how I'm just going to real quick design the perfect missile defense system. You ready for this, Billy? Because the problem with the ones that we have right now, we shoot these tiny little missiles at the big-ass missiles.
Mm-hmm.
The big-ass missiles are going like 10 times the speed of sound.
Mm-hmm.
Our little missiles are designed to intercept
Right.
the big missiles. So if there's a giant missile going 10 times the speed of sound, our little missile is shot up there and has to do the computer calculations
Yeah.
to find the point of intercept. And since it's going so fast, if it's off by even just like a fraction of a second, then we're going to miss the big missile by a mile, you know, if not more. So it's very hard when they're going that fast. A good missile intercept system would get behind their missile and then trail the missile. And that would be easier and less likely to miss if it could follow along with the missile and steer into the big, giant, fast missile, as opposed to just trying to hit it, like T-bone it at an intersection.
Yeah. But
You know what I'm saying?
But how would you do that if we're launching those from continental United States? And
It would have to have some of Billy's technology, some of Billy's sauce in it,
yeah.
where it would get past it and then loop around.
But would that be too late?
It would have to be okay. So you know how if you've ever driven down like a highway that has the little service road in between the two strips of highways, like one's going north, one's going south. A car is speeding down, and then you see a police car driving the other way.
Yeah.
Use one of those little turnarounds, and then come after it. That's the turnaround system that I'm designing in my nuclear defense capabilities.
I think I like it. It has to do with timing. If we have enough time.
Yeah.
Because what if it loops around and it's already over California?
That's a problem. Then kind of, fuck California.
That's why I'm banking on the UFOs actually being U.S. government technology.
Yeah. That's good, too. I like that theory.
Well, if we're just making shit up, mine, they grab the bomb and they throw it to outer space. That shit's way better.
Oh, I like that, too.
Yeah.
You build a giant net.
This is more like a gravity suction kind of feel, right? So like it encapsulates the space around it and then just changes its course. Bam, problem solved.
What about this? How about we shoot up our own missile, and our own missile looks exactly like the Russian missile that's coming over, except it's got lipstick, long hair, and a dress and high heels on. And then the Russian missile sees that one, it's like, ooh, and then just follows our missile away. Like the whole
Outer
female
space.
Bugs Bunny thing. Or we put up we just cover up the United States in a giant rubber tarp, and then at the same time we pour glue on Russia, so their missile bounces off our rubber tarp, goes back, and then sticks to Moscow and blows themselves up.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard of the dead man's trigger? Or it's like the dead man's hand? Where
Is that if they blow us up, then we automatically launch our missiles at them?
No, that's what Russia has. If Russia has been attacked, they have like the dead man's grip something. So like, when a lot of suicide bombers, like they're holding it, and if they let go, it blows up. So if they get shot, they'll blow up anyway. Yeah. That's kind of how it works. So if Russia is dead, it's just going to blow everybody else up.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God, humans are fucking stupid.
This is why we should just be playing Space Invaders and just like having contests about blowing stuff up in space.
Working together.
Yeah.
This is why you should love your children and explain to them about emotional maturity and have them talk out problems rather than fucking warring. Stupid. I hate this place. Pandora. It's coming December 22nd. No, December 16th.
How fast would, if, the metaverse, Zuckerberg develops a fully immersive Matrix device, would you hop in that and just live in Pandora?
I got kids, bro. No.
Okay.
That's a good answer.
That was more rational. What if you could plug them in with you?
No, it's not real, Billy. It's a simulation. If they was like, yo, we found a planet that's like Pandora, and they're like, yo, we want some humans to come live amongst us, and we'll teach you their ways, and we have an avatar body for you, I'm out. Fuck this place. I'm out. But unrelated, I think that, I don't know if this is true, but I just seen it on some post. You can verify it for me, Billy. That Logan Paul had bought an NFT that was worth like $600,000, and like today it's worth like $10. And I just fucking smiled inside, like the Grinch smile. Oh my God, it felt so good reading that. I don't even know if it's true or not. Is it true?
Yeah. Azuki NFT bought by Logan Paul at $623,000 in 2021 drops to $10.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
God, what a come up. What a fucking come up. Whoever sold that shit. Shout out to you.
That's pretty
Hilarious.
bad.
The whole shit was dumb from the jump. It was so dumb. I was on what was I on? I Am Athlete. And I think DJ Williams was trying to explain. He was trying to sell to me so hard about NFTs, dog. And I was like, yo, you could just write a contract. This doesn't make any sense, man. And he was like, no, you don't understand. I'm like, all right, bro, check back with me in like a year, and we'll see if you're still doing this. I'm gonna hit him and see if he's still doing this.
When was that?
So funny. This was probably like 7-8 months ago, something like that.
I get the feeling like the next round of NFTs it's going to come. We're going to get like a second wave of it. It'll be a little bit different, packaged in a slightly different way. Maybe more regulated. Maybe it will probably be like financial institutions, like banks and shit they'll incorporate NFTs into something that's more of like a security offering. They'll make
that's the kind of shit where it makes sense is when like it's the encryption code that makes it valuable. But there's like a picture of a monkey doesn't do anything for anybody unless everybody is entrenched in this like Ready Player One. But if everybody is immersed in this world to where that's how commerce is exchanged and whoop, then it makes sense. But until then, it's just a couple bros exchanging pictures. It's weird.
Yeah, so actually there is a company called Hedgehog that uses tokenization to sort of create tokenized real estate that allows people who couldn't usually, who aren't accredited investors. So there's something about real estate where you have to be an accredited investor in order to invest in it. But there's this company that's developing these tokens that will allow people to buy basically percentages of real estate properties and assets using tokenization. And just like, for example, the business plan with it is like in rental properties, you can put some of your savings towards these tokenized real estate assets of the place you live in, and even contribute a little bit of your rent to it, so that you feel like you're now a partial owner, like very tiny amounts, but then it feels like your rent amounts aren't actually just like going down the toilet. It's actually helping your investment and increasing the value of the assets you bought. So you could actually it could revolutionize the whole rental property space.
I guess.
Give me an elevator pitch with that. Say that one more time. So say it one more time.
I have a little so basically,
are you an investor in this company, Billy? Now's the time where Billy can't lie. Okay.
You actually have to say #ad here, bro.
It's not a #ad. I don't actually have any financial investment in it myself, but I know people who are doing this.
And are you receiving any sort of monetary or otherwise benefit?
I would have never brought this up if we didn't talk about different uses of tokenization.
No, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to make sure that you don't say anything that's going to get you in a Kim Kardashian situation later. She had to pay like $1 million.
I got no fine.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think this is out there yet. I think they're still looking for like Series A.
But you can't advertise stuff.
All right, but Billy's discovered a company that's unlocking some hidden value in the real estate space.
Yeah. Wait, fuck. Am I gonna get like SEC'd or some shit?
No.
Okay.
Doubt it.
Comedy law. Parody.
Yeah, comedy law.
Comedy law.
I was just fucking with you.
Yeah, it was a joke.
It was all a joke. It's not a joke, Billy, is mental health.
Yeah.
It's not. And a lot of people have been reaching out to me saying, hey, I've been working with the company Mindbloom that you guys have been advertising on Macrodosing. And they've said, thank you. Thank you, PFT. Thank you, Billy. Thank you, Arian. Thank you, Big T. Thank you, Mad Dog, for discussing Mindbloom. Also, Avery. They say thank you, Avery. Avery's not here today, so I'm just...
fuck him. He's not here.
Mindbloom connects patients to licensed psychiatric clinicians to help them achieve better outcomes with lower costs, greater convenience, and an artfully crafted experience. What is Mindbloom, you might ask? Mindbloom is the leader in at-home ketamine therapy. They offer a combination of science-backed medicine with clinician and guide support for people that are looking to improve their mental health and their well-being. To begin, just take Mindbloom's online assessment, schedule a video consult with a licensed clinician, and determine if Mindbloom is right for you. If approved, you will discuss your health history and goals for mental health treatment with your clinician to tailor your Mindbloom regimen. Mindbloom will then send you a kit in the mail complete with medicine, treatment materials, and tips for getting the most out of your experience. After only 2 sessions, 87% of Mindbloom clients reported improvements in depression, and 85% reported improvements in anxiety. It's time to enter the next chapter in mental health and well-being. Let Mindbloom guide you. Right now, Mindbloom is offering our listeners $100 off your first 6-session program when you sign up at mindbloom.com/macro and use code MACRO at checkout. That's mindbloom.com/macro, promo code MACRO, for $100 off your first 6-session program today. Mindbloom.com/macro, promo code macro. They are the leader in at-home ketamine therapy. It's great stuff. People are raving about it. Check them out. Mindbloom.com/macro, promo code macro for $100 off your first 6-session program today. All right, we're back. Anything else we want to clean up in terms of the NFT stuff? We want to move on. Do we want to do Where's the Beef? Who's got beef?
Yeah, so
What's for dinner?
quick question. How do we feel, because I don't have the system that we usually use. How do you feel about me doing What's the Beef and just sending them the Zoom link and they come in through the Zoom link? Is that okay with everyone here?
No, because then they'll definitely pass that Zoom link on. Yeah.
Have you guys been watching Game of Thrones?
No. We also have voicemails we could do.
Yes.
Oh, we should do voicemails instead. But
Okay.
I have been watching Billy. I'm not up to date yet.
Yeah.
I've not been watching. Don't spoil.
Okay.
The dragons are awesome.
I'm not. This doesn't spoil anything because we all know this is happening. But you know how the incest is. It's just so much incest.
Yeah, tons of incest.
Like, I think that they're trying to tap into that. Like, you know how all that like stepmom, stepsister stuff has been like, it's big on websites.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're
Well,
literally like
porn?
going. Yeah, I think they're going after that demographic with their content.
No, I
It's
think they're trying to be historically accurate, my guy.
Well, yes, Westeros. The history of Westeros is.
I mean, that was in the books when they were written like 25 years ago.
I know, but it's just. I think they're playing it up for the audience.
No, that's literally how it was. That's history. In history, when they wanted to preserve their bloodlines, they would interbreed. This is just a thing that humans have done for a long time.
But it's wild. So much incest.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely nasty, man.
Actually, I think I wrote down.
Why did porn decide that everybody wanted to watch incest all the time?
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
It really happened quickly.
I feel like it's pretty curated to what you type in, man. I don't know.
No, but I'm being serious. Like, the stepmom stuff is just out of control.
That's not incest, though.
It's not?
I mean,
Stepmom isn't incest.
it's not like
Well,
genetically incest.
No, they put that so that they can't. So they have like, oh, this is their stepmom, not
It's
their
like
actual mom.
It's like the Freudian complex of, or is that Freud?
So
Where it's like everyone wants to have sex. Every guy wants to have sex with their mom. Is that Freud?
That's
Yes.
Oedipus.
Oedipus complex.
Oh, Sigmund Freud
I think it's
did.
more so. I think
Oedipus
it's more so.
did fuck his mom, but Freud, yes.
Yeah, it's the Oedipus complex.
Yeah.
So I'm both.
Yes, it's both.
but Freud-
It's every man wants to kill their father and marry their mother.
Yeah, I think it's like a biological
Wow.
thing, or I don't know if it's biological, but like
I think it's more so like just the sexuality of like taboo. Like people are into things that you're not supposed to be into. Maybe I don't know. I don't really look at it like they're not really mom and sister or whatever, or mom and daughter. So it's like whatever.
Yeah, so I just researched it real quick. I just Googled it, and it is a thing. Incest has been the fastest growing trend in porn constantly for the last like 6 years, maybe even longer. And yeah, Arian's kind of right. All these explanations are basically saying because porn is like a taboo thing, and people get more stimulated the dirtier it is. Mm-hmm. And so that's just the next logical progression, is having it be like brother, sister, that sort of thing.
is it like
Which is why I just feel like sexuality is so like not talked about. It's like so like taboo that's how a lot of these weird desires and shit get manifested, is because you have to closet your desires instead of being open and having people to talk about it with. That you just end up doing really weird shit and it grows.
Yeah.
Is it kind of like, if I'm gonna be dirty, I might as well be like the dirtiest?
So
Yeah.
one thing
Yeah.
I just read was that because it's not only is it a fetish, but like it's not like if you just are watching it and you don't know the context, it's still like porn. That you're getting both the people who are into that and just regular people watching it, which makes it more viewed than any other.
It's more inclusive.
Yeah, it's more inclusive because you're getting the people who are looking for that as well as just random people who just don't care about the context.
Porn is so weird.
Mm-hmm.
The whole industry is just.
I think it's one of the worst. Like.
Well, I think that's why OnlyFans is good. I think it's giving money to the creators.
Right.
It's taking out the entire industry. Like there's an entire industry of like producers and shit that are the biggest perverts in the world that only exist to like take money from the people that are acting in the porn videos.
Uh-oh. Sounds like socialism.
No, I'm a 1,000,000% in favor. Yes.
Porn socialism.
Porn should be the most it should be the most socialist industry in the world.
I agree.
There's no reason for porn to involve like middle managers at all. Not with the internet.
So look, I got this real good guy for you.
Wait. So you're advocating for people to go out and do their own thing in the market.
I'm advocating for the people that have the means of production to have the ownership of their entire business.
I want you once. I'm going to send you a book. Please read it. Will you read it if I send you a book?
Depends what it is.
It's about it's about economics. It's about the differentiation between capitalism and socialism.
But so
workers owning the means of production is not capitalism.
So you're saying
capitalism is the privatization.
I'm saying it's way better that there are lots of ladies and men out there that are posting their own pictures, posting their own videos, getting paid money directly from their customers than it is for there to be businesses that pop up that exploit these women, and to a certain extent the men, but mostly the women, pay them minimal wages, whatever they can get away with. With the exception of like the top 3 names in the business, pay them almost minimal wages, chew them up, spit them out in a couple years, and they're left with nothing.
Right. So you're advocating for them to go out and start their own business in the free market.
To be themselves. Well, it's not. No, I'm not saying. I'm not necessarily starting. Not necessarily like starting.
Well, that's what OnlyFans is.
Their own business, but like being in business for themselves.
Sure.
I'm not saying like grow. I'm not saying start a business of OnlyFans models and then recruit other OnlyFans models.
But they
that
can,
would then work for you. I'm saying you control the means of production.
They can go out by themselves and do that because there's a free market.
Well, there was a technology gap, and you could argue that the place we are with independent content creators is due to capitalism. That they cut out the inefficiencies with like it became unprofitable to have those systems which took advantage of the workers anymore because you had individuals who now had easier ways to create content.
Science and technology
assets.
improve.
This is like the most capitalistic thing you could describe.
Yeah. I'm all in favor of them being in business for themselves and making their
money. It is.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Why not?
Because I mean this with all due respect. I just don't think you have really ever looked at what socialism is or capitalism. I just don't think you know what
that's an easy cop-out way to like make yourself sound.
In your words, describe to me socialism.
No, I'm not doing this right now.
Word. Because guess what I'm saying? You cannot do it.
You keep saying own the means of production.
That's what it is.
Yes, okay.
That's what it is.
Okay, but what we're talking about right now is they go to a business that someone started because they saw an inefficiency in the market. Like, hey, there's all... they didn't start it because of porn.
I think I know where the disconnect is. Do you think having a business means capitalism? Is that what you think it is?
No, not necessarily.
Okay, well, then I'm confused then. Keep going.
So someone started OnlyFans because they're like, people should be able to post any content they want and then get paid directly. I'm sure they take obviously a percentage or whatever. And then porn actresses started seeing that there was a much larger opportunity there than where they were to make more money. So they left and went and did their own thing there. And now they make more money. How is that not capitalism?
Okay. Do you know what the private ownership of the means of production is?
Yes.
Okay. Explain it to me.
But why? I don't understand what that has to do with anything.
Because I don't think you do. When you privatize something, that means the workers are not owning the means of production. If a woman decides I'm making my production, be it porn or whatever the case may be, if the worker, meaning that woman, is owning the means of production, she owns the rights to it, she owns it, that is by definition what socialism is.
So then any small business is
making money does not equal capitalism.
Okay,
capitalism does not equal making money.
What you just said is any small business or any business period, really.
Yes, but it's not the workers that own the means of production, because if I start a business, if I start a coffee shop, okay, I own it. I buy the property. I own it. Okay, but that business does not make money without the workers making the coffee, without the workers serving the coffee, without the people making the coffee beans. Right? It does not. It cannot, by definition, operate without those workers. Would you agree with that?
So if I'm understanding,
would you agree with that?
Sure. Yes.
Okay. So what socialists say is that the workers should own in partnership with the owners
I got
means
it.
of production, but that's not what happens. What happens is the privatization, i.e. capitalism, and capitalists say, I took the risk, I should decide what the workers get. That's the difference.
Well, then,
so you're saying any independent contractor that works for themselves. No, I'm genuine. Stop for a second. Just answer my question. Okay. You're saying anybody who starts their own business and they are the sole employee, they own the means of production. So that's an inherently socialist thing. And then they start hiring people, and that makes it capitalistic.
Actually, guys,
it depends.
Really quick,
when you talk about socialism, it's not one thing. When you talk about socialism, is an umbrella term. Like, there's a lot of different things that fall under it. But what you're describing and what we're trying to describe is the meat of it and the core of it is owning the means of production.
But that's not mutually exclusive with the fact that someone who's able to go be a private contractor and do something like that is because even in this scenario, OnlyFans, like the person who started OnlyFans is the one that started the business that makes those people able to go be an independent contractor there.
No, they didn't. Sex is the biggest industry, the first industry known to man.
Okay.
He provided a service as the conduit.
So
which if he didn't, someone else did.
Correct. Yes. If there was a yearning for it in the market, someone would make it.
That's the point. So, but the difference is, if it's like it's like a pimp saying, you going out there making money for me. That's the difference.
So I once heard a quote that there's only two ways you can really make money, and it's selling your time or assuming risk. And I was thinking about that, and people, the owners, right? The ones who privatize the assets and the means of production, they're assuming risk, be it taking out a loan, having investors. And so they're taking that risk, and, they're paying off debt. They have the bank to deal with. But Christopher Columbus, today's Columbus Day, died in a debtor's prison because he assumed a ton of risk and then had to actually pay for his debts in a prison. Mm-hmm. Are owners not assuming that much risk anymore because we've over legislated that risk?
Should we make it legal? Should we bring back debtors' prisons? Is that what you're saying?
No, because think about it. A lot of people exist with a lot of money who are in copious amounts of debt and will never plan on completely paying off the debt in their whole lifetime because they can refinance, they improve their assets and can reborrow on it, and they're existing with this bubble of debt right over their head that they don't really have to deal with because there's no actual risk in them not paying it off.
They can move their debt around.
Yeah, for example, Elon Musk is worth so much money, right? But that doesn't calculate because he owns this business, but that doesn't calculate in the debt Tesla has, and it's all financial engineering to the point where, the risk isn't that risky anymore. Is you just got to find a banker who will trust you to give you money, which is harder for others than most, but just something to think about, because is the debt, is the risk not that risky? And like back in the day when you were getting paid we can argue about Christopher Columbus, but I'm using him for this example. When you were, one of the sailors who was going to be a conquistador in South America, and you were getting paid a salary, and Christopher Columbus was leading the way, you sort of respected him more because you're like, yo, if he fails, and he owns the means of production, but if he fails, he might get put in prison, beat up by his debt collectors. Like, there's no debt collectors anymore, and they respected him for taking that risk.
The mafia was ethical capitalism.
Are we?
Because it made the people that were starting the restaurant
right
make sure that they treated everybody fairly, that their business would be successful.
Yeah.
It's a good question to ask.
Like,
a lot of you guys are blind to Billy's facts, but if you don't want to be blind out in the sunlight, I highly recommend Shady Rays. Shady Rays sunglasses offer an industry-best combination of fit, styling, performance without the big brand price tag. I'm rocking Shady Rays right now. And it doesn't stop at quality either. Shady Rays offers the most insane protection program in all of eyewear. Every pair is backed by what? The lost and broken replacement guarantee. Best service in the biz. If you lose or break your pair, even on day one, they're going to send you a brand new pair. You can wear them with confidence because Shady Rays has your back long after you purchase. And if you don't love them, exchange them for a new pair or return them for free within 30 days. There's no risk when you shop with Shady Rays. Their team always has your back. I'm going to give you guys a little life hack right now. You ready for this? This is huge. It's October. It's October, October 10th?
11th when they're listening.
It's October 11th when you're listening right now. That means that Christmas time is over 2 months away. But you should take care of all your Christmas shopping right now. You're going to thank me later because the gifts are going to arrive in plenty of time. You won't have to stress. And I'm giving you a deal. You're not going to find discounts around the holidays. I'm giving you 50% off 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses from Shady Rays right now. Perfect Christmas time present. Go to shadyrays.com. Use code MACRO. Get 50% off 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses. That's half off. It's the best deal that they run all year. This deal will not be around at the holiday season. Take care of your holiday shopping right now. Go to shadyrays.com. Use promo code MACRO. Get 50% off 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses.
By the way, really quickly, just wanted to add, I know there is tons of risk for people who take out loans on their house and businesses, and then the bank takes everything. Mm-hmm. I am acknowledging that risk, but there's a lot of, for the larger business loans that not the, mortgage companies and smaller mom and pop ventures that do actually have risk. Like people, the fat cats need some more risk.
The fat cats.
All the risks they're assuming. They have ways out of it. That's
okay.
what I'm trying to get at.
So I don't think that we made any progress whatsoever on the OnlyFans discussion. Let's just say that we all agree that it's better that the women are getting paid themselves than it is to have some greasy producer down in the valley somewhere taking their money and then throwing them away. How about that?
Agreed.
Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Agreed.
It's ethical. All right. Do we want to talk about Kanye West at all? Any interest in that? Touching that one?
Dude.
Fuck.
Dude.
That guy.
I'm feeling like I'm sleepy right now, but I'm going DEFCON 3 when I wake up.
Well, he said
that's ridiculous.
He said DeathCon.
DEFCON or DEFCON?
He said
He meant
DEFCON.
DEFCON.
Oh, Jesus.
But DEFCON
maybe
even
it's
sounds
a play on
weird.
words.
It sounds worse, doesn't it?
And then he got restricted on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah, so he is he's very
platform for telling the truth.
He's
Cancel.
talking. He's now talking about Jews. He's really just circled it, written it in bold.
It started with his White Lives Matter
Yeah,
t-shirt.
that's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just slowly evolved into Jewish folks.
Did you see?
So it's funny how when Fox News embraces Kanye, he always does some shit to get right back out of their favor, and it's pretty fast too. They're learning about Kanye what us in the black community have known about Kanye for years. You just can't give him too much because you're gonna take it right away as soon as you do.
When does someone have mental illness, and then when does it just become they're a bad person? You know what I'm saying?
That's a tough question, honestly. I believe that it's a subjective thing. 1, 2, I don't think he's trying to work on his mental illness. I think he knows he has an imbalance, but I also think he thinks that he's fine. And he thinks that's a part of his ethos. I've known people like him before who were like bipolar and they didn't think anything was wrong with them. And they embraced that side of them. And they did things that are toxic, what we consider toxic. But also what you have to factor in is Kanye is probably about to release something. And so anytime he is about to release something or sell a product, he does some shit like this. It's like clockwork. So I don't even know if he does. I unfollowed him on everything. So I don't know if he's releasing something, but my guess would be that he's got something coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, and you're right. It's like a push and pull game with him because if I saw that he made some comments also about like Lizzo, and then people are like, oh, good for Kanye because he attacked somebody that I've been conditioned to not like. Like there's certain people that are just, no matter what, if I said Lena Dunham to Big T right now, he'd be like, hate her. You know, like there's certain people that are almost like shortcuts and code words towards people that you're supposed to hate. I think Lizzo's one of those people right now too. So Kanye made some comments about her. So now people are like, well, I didn't agree with him saying Death Con to the Jews, but he makes some good points about Lizzo. So he's really like, you're right. He's like pushing and pulling with everybody right now. You should
watched like.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I watched like the first like 20 minutes of his interview with Tucker Carlson, and it was like right before we started too, actually. Like he packages everything, and this is like a very privileged position, as he packages everything like within his worldview. And so when Kim was trying to take his kids away, right, or trying to get out of it was, oh, you're trying to not get a black father to see his kids. It's like, this is why the system is so skewed against us and yada, yada, yada. And then you wear a White Lives Matter t-shirt, right? And so it's like, because it's edgy. And so Kanye sees the world how he sees it, and it's hard for him to put himself in other people's shoes. And that's like the opposite of what he purports to be, which is he's doing all of this because, and that was the core of his entire messaging, was the mainstream media and culture is pushing it back against the agenda of God, right? Jesus Christ. And so I would say Jesus Christ is one of his main messages was empathy. And Kanye does not know how to practice empathy because he sees the world how Kanye sees it through Kanye's lens. But rarely does he step outside and say, how does me saying this about Lizzo make Lizzo feel? You know what I mean? And so Kanye has an ego problem, 1, 2, but he has the problem what I say a lot of Christians have is they monetize Christianity, they monetize their faith without actually understanding it, because he self-admittedly has never read a book. I assume he meant the Bible as well. So to practice a faith that you've never thoroughly read is just an odd place to be, in my humble opinion.
That's a good point. Like saying that he's never read a book. You think that's true? He's got to have read a book at some point, right?
I don't think he has. If you listen and watch him, it's like he just kind of like intakes culture. Right. He doesn't. He follows narratives very closely, but I don't think he actually reads and studies the things that he purports to believe in.
I think that if you're Kanye West, it's probably easy to fall into that trap too, because it's worked out pretty well for him. You could say, right? Like he's become the biggest rap artist, I think, of our generation. You disagree?
You say rap artist?
I guess
I would say there's nobody bigger brand-wise than Snoop.
Okay. I would say Snoop is from
I'd say
an era before Kanye, though.
Controversial? Kanye's the most controversial. I
don't know about controversial either, because like there have been some artists that have been like violent people.
Right, but not because. But when that happens, like he knows how to monetize controversy for sure. He knows how to get good publicity. 100%.
Controversy.
I mean, VMAs.
But you know what I'm saying, which is
I understand.
Like Kanye, he has no reason to doubt his worldview, because everything that's happened to him in his life has done nothing but reinforce his worldview, and he's gotten extremely famous. He's gotten extremely wealthy. He's he got married to Kim Kardashian. Like everything has come up Kanye in his way of doing things over the years. So he has no reason to second guess himself, but he is a bizarre person. I don't know if I'd say he's like a bad human being. I think he's definitely got some stuff that he's working through. And I also think that the extreme levels of fame that he's had it's not healthy for the human brain to deal with, to become as famous and iconic as him. But he certainly hasn't dealt with that in productive ways. And so now
as a rule of thumb, if you start referring yourself in the third person, just take that as a sign you're probably going in the wrong direction.
Yeah. I would agree with that. Except for Deion Sanders calling himself Prime.
Yeah, okay. There's always exceptions to the
Well,
rules.
he just
What a guy. That's my dude.
He had some controversy against Alabama State. He's in a feud right now.
Yeah.
Alabama State claimed
I saw that
he was winding up their team by doing laps around the field, something that he does before every game he's ever played or coached. And the Alabama players, there's a video of them like getting into it with him, but he's just ignoring them. And the Alabama State head coach is like, yeah, he's trying to like cause a problem. But I'm on Team Prime.
I'm always Team Prime.
Facts. Oh my God.
For sure.
I think the Kanye thing is he needs help, and he's in no position to get it because he's too powerful to like hit a rock bottom, and he's just got too much money to like actually make a change.
Yeah,
That's a great point.
That is a good point. Like, what would
too powerful to hit a rock bottom?
What would that might be the most
like
don't like amend that at all. I think that might be one of the most profound things that you've ever said. Like what would rock bottom look like for Kanye? I don't think that like it would have to be a complete and total disaster, like a catastrophe. Like it would have to be like something awful like a death or something like that for Kanye.
Not even like a DUI would.
No, that would probably bolster that.
Because he's got drivers. He's probably not driving anyway. Like he'd probably have to get into some legal trouble.
I have this clip of him, which I thought was hilarious. I have this clip of him saying this. It's funny, but it's sad, but it's like funny now. Let's listen.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to argue with people that are broker than me about money.
So like that tells you like his mind. Did you hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like, but that tells you his mindset, right? Like it's deeper than. I just thought it was like a funny sound bit, and I just collect memes. But his mindset says, like, I'm better than you. Like it says, I can't learn anything from you because you're beneath me, which is like asinine to think. I don't one of the biggest things matter of fact, I did this when I was on the field at the University of Tennessee. I do it all the time, anywhere I go. And this is like a good life hack if y'all ever find yourself doing one, to anybody listening. Find somebody old or find somebody older than you and say, give me one bit of life advice you would give to yourself at my age. And you just find gems. And, a lot of times they'll tell you stuff that you already know or you're already encompassed. But sometimes they'll give you some shit that you've never thought of or you never heard of because they have lived their life and they've experienced things way more than you. Mm-hmm. And to hear Kanye say, I don't argue with anybody who's broken it. That's just insane, dog. That is just, it's just screams insecure. It screams privilege. It screams like ignorance. And like, that's just where he's at in his life.
This is a funny tweet that I just saw pop up from Rachel Schuckert, who says, I'll bet you $1,000 Kanye thinks Pete Davidson is Jewish.
He might, or like adjacent.
I don't know. He also is tweeting like a classic, Klaus Schwab and George Soros are the enemy, not Russia or China. That was a tweet that got deleted. That's a whole. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think the thing is like he might, like the WEF, the World Economic Forum, probably isn't the like. There are valid criticisms of that whole thing in like Davos and stuff like that, but I think people who aren't looking at it rationally get onto the anti-Semitic track super fast, and actually I think damages any actual criticisms of the groups, because like they get on that sort of schizo frame where they think there's a whole
blame them for everything.
Yeah. And then the WEF doesn't actually, every criticism gets written off.
Yep.
Because of that.
All right, let's do some voicemails. How's that sound?
Okay.
What's up, Macrodosing? This is Daniel from Southern California. First of all, we need to get the Young Pheno's Knock Knock on Spotify. That shit was fire. Second of all, my question for all of you, what is the most painful thing that each of you has ever experienced? Thanks. Love the podcast. Big T, stay gorgeous.
I think he meant physically painful. We don't need to go into our past traumas.
No emotional pain?
Maddie said we don't need to dig up our skeleton.
That's what better.
I didn't take it to mean that. I think that's actually really boring.
Yeah.
Our emotional traumas?
No, physical.
Emotional. Oh.
Like, one time I hurt my arm. That's stupid.
I mean, Arian was in the NFL. I feel like he would have a good story.
Nothing I experienced on the field was like, I mean, it all hurt, but like you kind of get desensitized to physical pain after a while. So it's not like something that is memorable. Like it all hurt, but there's nothing that sticks out that was just like that. I mean, I broke my collarbone and didn't realize it until like, I don't know, months later. It's just like, it didn't really, pain didn't register the same. So I don't know.
Nagging pain is always, I've hated more than like instantaneous pain.
Just because it's honestly more like mental. You're like, oh my god. Yeah.
That's honestly the long-term pain is what I thought was more painful than like, what did I do? Like I broke my nose a couple times. I'm trying to think.
A couple times?
Yeah. That's why
How does that happen a couple times?
Like I
like
always
in
get
football?
I have a big ass nose. My helmet freaking my helmet.
Oh, you broke it in football a couple times.
Well, I never got it checked out because I didn't have time.
Now you can get a nose job though.
Yeah, I need to apologize to people. I've been getting a lot of complaints that my breathing, which I can't really breathe out of my nose, it's been affecting the sound of the podcast. It's actually pushed me to the point where it's like, okay, this might be actually affecting.
Billy gets a nose
never
job?
apologize for breathing, bro.
I know, but I
What?
don't breathe right. I don't breathe right, so I'm breathing through my mouth a lot.
Hey, man, fuck you people that don't like Billy breathing, man. What are you talking about?
No,
You have to breathe how you breathe, doggy.
No, but I don't breathe right, so they have a valid criticism. But like, yeah, my helmet, like my chin strap piping off, and like the crown of the helmet hitting down on my nose.
Oh my god.
Wholeheartedly disagree that they have a valid criticism.
I understand what they're talking about though, because I'm also like snoring, having fucked up nose issues.
Do you have sleep apnea?
Probably. It's like
What does the ladies in your life, a lady in your life say? Do you snore when you sleep?
My dog has commented on how it's hard for him to sleep at night.
Yeah, I forgot.
But he also snores, so I say that,
you have it too.
You have it too, and I make fun of him for, bulldogs, American bulldogs. They have the different noses, and then he says, "I'll get surgery if you get surgery," and then we get nowhere. But no, other painful things. I broke I cracked my L5 vertebrae, which was probably the worst nagging, consistent pain, because it was like a year when I was like freshman in high school where like I grew a bunch, and then like my bones were weaker after a huge growth spurt, and I was playing football, and it probably was at some point it was like a stress fracture, and then my back just kept seizing up, and then all these trainers were telling me that it was because I wasn't stretching enough, and I was like, no, like this is not tightness, this is like something's wrong. Then like 3 years later I finally got an x-ray. It turns out I broke it. So, but yeah, that was like that long-term pain of like consistently like your back just killing you and not being able to feel, like that's way worse than like
I break my arm and it hurts for like 5 days and now I'm in cast.
Okay, I take that back. I remember now. I was lifting weights and I slipped a disc, my L5S1, and the act of it didn't hurt, but I literally had to lay. I couldn't like turn over for like 2 hours. Like they had to like wheel me out because I couldn't move. Like I just like the physical capability wasn't there. It was wild. I forgot about that.
Yeah. I'm going through something right now that's a little bit painful.
Your rib?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
I've had a bad health month, like really bad.
You've had a bad couple months.
Yeah, so shit started really going off the rails. What was the first?
Your elbow?
My elbow.
Mm-hmm.
So I hurt my elbow playing on the golf simulator. And then after that, I cracked a rib from Billy throwing a football at me. Actually, it was the cartilage. It wasn't the actual bone. And then after that, let's see what else happened to me. Yeah, forgot to tell you guys, I don't have skin cancer, so that's good.
Oh, congrats.
I
didn't know there was an option of
I
you
didn't.
having
I didn't
it.
want to say that they were doing like a biopsy or anything until it was something.
I didn't know that either, man. Jeez.
So that's good. I had a little slice taken out of my ear. That stunk.
Of your ear?
Well, there was like I had a mole. It was a mole that got bigger, so they took it out and they looked at it and it's fine, no big deal. And then I sneezed yesterday. And I threw my entire neck and shoulders out. So now every time that I sneeze, I swear to God,
falling apart.
Every time I sneeze now, I have this searing pain in the middle of my neck that goes across to my shoulders.
Oh,
I think I compressed a nerve. So now I'm dealing with that. That stinks.
Tough.
Honestly, if I was you, I'd
We'll put you in a bubble, man. We'll put you in.
Hormone replacement?
Just like try to get some anti-aging, like actually consistent.
This all started when Billy poked you with that fucking needle, bro.
That's a good point, Arian.
That was after.
I don't know.
How's your elbow doing right now?
It's okay. I did some rows and some bicep exercises last week at the gym, and it still hurt then. So I think I have to go to the doctor and maybe get surgery on it. We'll see.
Why don't we just shoot you up again?
No, I'm not letting you put a fucking thing near my body anymore.
Really? Without knowing what's in it?
Never again.
You're not gonna let him prick you with something?
Never. Not gonna happen again.
That's interesting.
So yeah, I got like a compressed nerve. That stinks. I'm sure it'll go away. It'll be fine, but it's just a weird sensation. But the correct answer, in my opinion, for the most painful thing that's ever happened to me, shingles. When I had shingles when I was 27, I think.
Was that worse than your kidney stones?
Oh, kidney stone was pretty bad too. God damn,
You've gone through the ringer.
My body's been a war zone recently over here.
I'm saying.
I forgot about the kidney stone.
Oh, I just remembered the
Shingles was I think it was worse than kidney stone because it was like a long bout of pain.
Yeah,
it was like
the prolonged pain.
It was bad pain, like really bad sharp pain that just lasted for a long time. The kidney stone was really, really bad sharp pain that at least it was only there for like 12 hours.
How long did shingles last? A week?
Sometimes multiple weeks. I think mine probably 2.5 weeks, something like that.
And you're just in pain that whole time?
Yeah, well, I eventually got some lidocaine patches to put on, and then they also gave me some medicine that didn't work.
Oh my God, I just remembered two things. I once got hit with a rock and split open my eyebrow, and like half my face was like flopped over, and I had to get that stitched up when I was like 5.
Oh.
And then
who threw the rockets?
I was having a rock fight. And
I almost felt bad for a second.
Yeah. We were doing a rock fight. We were just being kids. Just like fun stuff.
Well, that kid fucking won. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I mean, he just picked up the biggest rock. We were just more doing.
He won. That was the goal. If the goal was
that's how you win a rock fight.
But it was it was amongst friends, so it wasn't that big. Like, and then one time, this actually was the most painful thing of my life. Deadlifting, I got a varicocele, which
a what?
A varicocele.
Or vein pops.
Yeah, but I got it in my. Actually, this is the first time ever saying this, and it's a pretty embarrassing story, but...
You got hemorrhoids.
No. I basically blew out a nut.
You got one ball?
No, I have two, but it's called a varicocele, and it happens like... And it's like... You just get one of those in your sack, and it was the most painful thing ever for days.
So you got 3 balls right now?
No.
Because you were lifting so hard?
Yeah. It was It was
A
bad.
man's man.
So your testicular
Lifting so
artery,
hard you grew.
your testicular artery swole up.
Yeah, and it was like getting punched in the balls consistently for a week.
I'm looking at some of
Oh.
these diagrams right now.
Yeah, I had a third ball.
Was there like a ton of swelling?
Yeah, it was bad.
How tiny did your dick look next to like a huge ball?
Dude, it was one of the most scarring. It was one of the worst things ever because it was also like I was pretty young.
Yeah.
How old were you?
I think I was sophomore in high school.
Oh.
Did you have to did you go to the doctor
Yeah,
and you
I
had to
had to get
take your pants off and everything? It's
it
like,
was one of the most worst experiences of my life.
yeah.
Did you have to pop it?
No, I had to get surgery. Everything's fine now. Wow.
So they cut into your nutsack?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Are you sterile?
No.
You sure?
The surgery went well.
Okay. How are your nuts now?
Good.
Normal?
Yes.
Do you have a scar?
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, Billy.
Actually,
that was
can
very
we
brave.
cut that whole story?
That was very brave of you.
No,
that's funny.
sir.
Just don't
That's in
clip
there,
it.
doggy.
Just don't clip it.
Okay.
We won't
Oh,
clip it.
clips will be made.
No, I should have never told that story.
Old Billy one ball.
Or
I
three
have,
ball.
I have two. It's all good.
Are you sure?
Actually, I should have never told this story.
I think Billy has one nut, and I think that they replaced it with those fake nuts that you can put
prosthetic.
the nudicle that you
prosthetic?
can put in your dog's nuts.
That's a thing.
Oh, I should have gotten
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, when you neuter your dog, if you're the kind of guy that gets very self-conscious about your dog not having testicles,
Yeah.
probably a pretty cool guy. You can have the doctor put in fake nuts into your dog's nut sack so that you can walk around and your dog will still have a bulging nut sack.
Like
That's
a
so
BBL
fucking
for a
weird,
dog.
Oh, man. BBL.
My dog used to have like a sick pair, but had to get rid of them.
Yeah, basically the nudicles are made for guys like Billy.
Who have one nut.
I think the doctor put in a fake nut just to make Billy happy, just so that he wouldn't know that he was missing one. He'll never know the difference, and it won't affect him. He'll just feel like he has two balls, like a real boy.
Actually, no, that's actually one of the most embarrassing stories. I don't know if we should keep that in.
Now, Billy, you're such a
Maybe just beep it out.
you're being such a liar right now because you know that the entire story is you were lifting so hard that you ruptured a testicle, which you think is awesome.
600 pounds.
Yeah,
Yeah, there it is.
So you're happy.
It was
You're
a
happy with
deadlift
that.
PR.
So you don't. You
Wow.
actually don't want.
It was
us
hex
to-
bar. It was hex bar.
Oh well, that's bullshit
I don't
then.
know what that means.
It's better for your back.
One time I fell off a golf cart and ripped my face up.
Ugh, that's bad.
I was 6. It was tough.
Like on asphalt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That one's tough.
Probably
Yeah.
tough to shower after that.
I don't remember. I was like so young, but I just remember my dad hit a bump. All of a sudden, I'm sliding 5 yards across a little driving range. That was tough.
Yeah, when you get like any sort of road rash, any sort of bad
It's on your
scrape,
face.
those are honestly like very painful injuries. Just a
Yeah.
bad scrape.
and it's like
really
you're falling off of like you're going 20 miles an hour on a golf cart. You slam off.
Mm-hmm.
That was tough. That and then prolonged pain. I have an extra long ulna. Is that this one?
Yep.
So I have an extra
In your
long
arm?
ulna. So it rubs. I have no range. This is how far I don't have any range of motion.
Okay, so you can hold your arm out straight.
So, okay. So, sorry. So this is my right ulna. So this one's fine.
Okay, she's bending her arm.
This is how far I can go with this one.
You can't bend it any further than that.
No.
So you can't fully bend your left arm.
I can't fully bend my left wrist.
Okay.
And so I can like move. I have range of motion in my arm, but my wrist, I have no, unless I push it
Yeah.
really hard. And then that's where the pain comes. And then because it's extra long, there's a joint connecting your hand to your wrist. All of that cartilage is wiped away.
So you're mutant. You're a freak mutant with
Yeah.
an extra long ulna.
Yeah. And you can, it's
What
a
the-
genetic thing. My dad has it and he got it. You can get your ulna. There's a surgery and you just shorten your ulna. I've never wanted to get it because now in my life, I don't really need it. But if
Yeah.
I ever like can't do push-ups without moving my hand a different way, or if I ever have children, which I don't want to, it is extremely painful to like hold things like that, like hold a baby, because like my wrist doesn't turn that way.
Interesting.
But that hurts really bad if I like fuck with it too much.
Interesting. So if it was on your right wrist, then you could never be like a pitcher.
I guess, yeah.
Either that or maybe it would make your wrist snap harder. I don't know.
Because I can't bring it back. Like.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Big T? Did you answer?
No. Physically, like I dislocated my shoulder. That didn't feel good.
Yeah.
That tooth, the wisdom tooth I had taken out, hurt like a bitch before I did that. That's probably most recently the thing. But I think you guys all answered the question wrong. Emotionally, the most painful thing that's ever happened to me was an official incorrectly calling a foul on Lamonte Turner in the 2019 Sweet 16 against Purdue that gave Carson Edwards 3 free throws. We're up 2 at the end of the game. He only made 2 of them to send the game to overtime. And then we lost in OT. It's one of the worst calls in the history of college basketball. We would have won the national title. And it really sucked.
Okay. I would have figured that was a bad call, but being a Tennessee and Atlanta Falcons fan and Braves fan,
well, the Braves have expunged all that previous pain.
Okay.
The Falcons, I care about UT way more than the Falcons. So like, and again, like I said earlier, it was almost so bad that it hurt less. You know, like if they had lost that game 31-28 and it was like a back and forth game, trade in score for score, like that would hurt worse, I think, because that one was so bad that this doesn't make sense, but it was so bad that it's not as bad now. Like it's been memed to death, so it actually took the pain out of it now. At the time, obviously not, but
it's a bad call.
It was really bad.
It was a very bad call. Okay, well that's us talking pain.
Do I do another
pain?
voicemail? You good?
I think we're good. I think we've done enough show for today.
Yeah, we're
This
at
is a
138.
NANODOSE.
Yeah.
I can't believe I told that story.
You're brave.
Nerve
Bless you.
impending.
It really fucking
You okay?
hurts. No, it really
Damn.
it really hurts.
You know, I would get that scene for the mere fact that sneezing is one of life's joyous occasions. Like it feels so good to sneeze, and that has been robbed from you, my brother.
It really hurts, and it came from me holding a sneeze in. I held it in, and that's what made it hurt. Now it really fucking hurts when I do this.
Never hold a sneeze in. Why? They feel so good.
That's a rare Arian W. That sneezes are awesome.
Brother, I'm sitting on many dubs. Stop the nonsense.
All right, we'll see you guys on Wednesday. Wednesday we've got, I guess it's Thursday for you listeners out there. The Macrodosians will be very excited to know that we are doing a Scientology episode.
With a guest.
I can't wait for that.
With a guest, and we've got...
Tom Cruise going to be here, baby.
Yep. Arian's rocking the Macrodosing Whataburger shirt. We've all got the tie-dye shirts on. These tie-dye shirts are awesome.
Multiple different types. I think we're all wearing a different one.
Yeah, we got a new fall launch coming Friday. So we got those tie-dye shirts. We have more Mids merch coming out. We also have a special Waffle House merch drop coming.
I think it's next Monday, not Friday, but
I think it's the 17th. Oh, it is the next Monday.
All right.
I was led astray. Week from today. But get a little sneak peek. Appreciate it.
Okay, love you guys.
All right, y'all.
See ya.